Modal verbs are my favourite verbs, but they can also be horrible and difficult. So let's see how well you know them. Trust me, if you get all of these right, then you are the king or the queen of the modals. King of the modals, queen of the modals. Yeah, like that. My name is Toby, this is Smash English, and here is the ultimate modal verbs quiz.
Choose a suitable word for the space. When I was a child, I spend most of my time watching Smash English, wishing I were Toby. Pause the video here.
The answer is would. What is the function of would in this sentence? Well, we are using it to talk about a past habit or routine. We are using it in a way very similar to used to. However, there are some differences between would and used to. For example, in general, we do not use would to describe past states. However, we can do this with used to. But there are some exceptions to this rule. And if you want to learn all about it, then watch this video here. So much fun, obviously. Love it.
Choose the correct answer. There may be more than one. Toby is already so perfect, he improve any aspect of his character. Pause the video here.
There are actually 3 correct options here, so did you get all of them? Did ya? Did ya? Doesn't have to, doesn't need to, and needn't. All of these talk about something that is not necessary. Mustn't, on the other hand, is about prohibition. If you mustn't do something, then there is a rule that is telling you not to do it. Please, 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 for my sanity, just remember that mustn't and don't have to are not the same. And I know you're thinking, Toby, I know that, but seriously, many students, even at the C1 level, make this mistake, and it drives me crazy. So no, don't do it. Yes, yes.
Put the verbs in brackets in the correct form to complete the sentence. I saw Monica standing outside the cinema alone. I'm sure she thought Johnny was on his way to meet her. She for Johnny. Your verbs are must and wait. Pause the video here.
Let us think about all of the possible forms of must and wait. We could say she must wait for Johnny. However, this would refer to a present obligation, and our sentence is referring to a past observation, so no. We could also say she must be waiting for Johnny. However, this would be a speculation about the present, and our original sentence is talking about something that we observed in the past. So instead, we need to speculate about the past, and this means we need to say hello to my best friend, the past modal of deduction. And yes, grammar structures are my friends. My only friends, actually. So then, we could say she must have waited for Johnny. However, our original sentence was describing something that was in progress in the past, and this idea was expressed with the past continuous. This means we must use a past modal of deduction in a continuous tense, which gives us she must have been waiting for Johnny. Oh, that was brilliant. I loved it. I had so much fun. And if you want to learn all about past modals of deduction, then right here, video, you'll love it, and I'll love you for loving it.
Choose the correct answer. There may be more than one. I have my C1 advanced exam in 1 week. Oh no, you watch every Smash English video twice and donate all of your money to the channel. Pause the video here.
The function here is to give advice. We can use should to give strong advice, so we know immediately that C is a possible answer. Now let's look at A. The D, the contraction here, is had. Had better. Had better means the same as should. If you had better do something, it means it is a good idea to do something. You should do something. So, if C, should, is correct, then that means A, had better, must also be correct. Which leaves us with B, ought. And ought is definitely not correct, and that is because we must say ought to, and ought to means should. But we cannot use ought here because there is no to, and therefore B is wrong. Yes? Yes.
Choose a suitable word for the space. He passed his Cambridge exam. Please let me know in the comments. Pause the video here.
Now, I bet you thought if, and then you saw the verb pass instead of passes, and you thought,
Toby's so stupid. He said pious instead of piouses.
but how dare you? In fact, I am not stupid. You are stupid. No, you're not stupid. This one is hard, and if you get this correct, then you are a genius. The answer is should. Yeah, should. This is an inverted first conditional. When we invert the first conditional, we replace if with should, and the verb that we use must be the base form, because after a modal verb, we always need the infinitive. So, yeah, should. And of course, if you want to learn all about inverting conditionals, then right here. It's really good. Trust me. It's great.
Choose the correct answer. There may be more than one. I worked so hard, and as a result, I passed my Cambridge exam. Pause the video here.
The answer cannot be can because our first clause is in the past simple, which means we are talking about a past situation and we use can for the present or the future. If our first clause were I have worked so hard, then can would be possible because we would be using the present perfect to talk about an action in the past that has a relevance to the present. But it's not, so don't worry about it, and I'm very sorry if that has just confused you. This leaves us with could and was able to. And the answer is was able to. But why, Toby? Why? Well, we use could to refer to a general past ability, while we use was able to refer to an ability at a specific moment in the past. For example, when I was young, I could swim very well, general past ability, and so I was able to win a gold medal in that competition. Now we're talking about a past ability on a specific occasion. So remember that, could, general past ability, was able to, specific past ability at a specific moment. Yes? Yes!
Choose the correct answer. There may be more than one. I make a suggestion. Pause the video here.
And the answer is all of them. Yes, we can use may, might, and could to ask for permission. However, might is very, very formal. In fact, my granny uses might for permission. Might I make a suggestion? So if you want to be like my granny, then use might. If you don't want to be like my granny, then why not? She's a wonderful person, and how dare you criticize her in that way? Ha!
Choose the correct answer. There may be more than one. My Cambridge exam, but I didn't find Smash English in time. It's such a shame. Pause the video here.
We can eliminate D because we can be pretty sure that this person was not able to pass because it was a shame and we have a concessive clause with but. We can eliminate C because could pass would refer to a general past ability, but an exam is a specific moment, or it could be referring to a future possibility, and neither of these make sense here. This leaves us with A and B. Must have passed would be speculating about the past. It means the speaker is sure that they have passed, but they don't know yet, and that doesn't make sense because, again, it was a shame and we have the concessive clause with but, so no. So then what about A? Well, could have passed could be a past modal of deduction. I could have passed my exam, but I'm not sure. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And that also doesn't really make sense. However, we have another use of could plus have plus the past participle, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. We can use could plus have plus past participle to talk about a past possibility that didn't occur. For example, I fell off my bike. I could have died, but I didn't. Or, hey Toby, why didn't you go to the party? Did she not invite you? Of course she invited me. She absolutely loves me. I could have gone, but I didn't want to. Sorry. So the answer is A. I could have passed my exam, but I didn't find Smash English on YouTube, so I didn't. I failed, and that's awful. No one should have to go through that. Oh my God.
Complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence, using the word given. Do not change the word given. You must use between 2 and 5 words, including the word given. I cannot believe no one told you about Smash English. No wonder you failed your exam. Your keyword is have. You told about Smash English before your exam. Pause the video here.
Oh God, I'm sorry, because this one is difficult. No one told this person about Smash English in the past, and this is bad, so we are trying to express a regret. To express a regret with a modal verb, we can use should plus have plus the past participle. So, someone should have told this person about Smash English, but they didn't. But it gets even harder because this sentence is in the passive. So someone should have told this person about Smash English becomes you should have been told about Smash English. And yeah, sorry. If you got that right, well done. Well done indeed. Now, if you got all of those correct, then you're a genius, fantastic, well done you, and you've wasted 15 minutes of your time. If you got some of them wrong, then congratulations because you've learned something and we love learning. And if you got all of them wrong and you haven't learned anything, then also I've wasted 15 minutes of your time and I apologise. And with that, we are finished. That was the ultimate quiz about modal verbs, and boy oh boy, I had so much fun. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. My name is Toby and this was Smash English.